If you're sending out resumes and not getting interviews, most people assume the problem is the ATS. But after sitting on hiring panels reviewing stacks of resumes, I can tell you something you need to know. A lot of resumes fail before we even read the first bullet point. And the reason usually sits right here at the professional summary. Let me show you what I mean. Here are two professional summaries from the same candidate, but one gets skipped and the other gets attention. Professional summary results: driven operations professional with 10 plus years of experience in leadership, team management, and strategic planning, skilled in communication, problem solving, and delivering operational excellence in fast-paced environments. Now, this sounds professional, right? But when a hiring manager scans this, they still don't know what that person does. Let's break this down. Right here, results driven, that phrase appears on thousands of resumes. It don't tell the employer anything. Then we get to this section right here: leadership, strategic planning, communication, problem solving. Those are soft skills, but the summary never shows how those skills create value. And then this phrase here: operational excellence. That sounds impressive, but it's vague. After reading the paragraph, the hiring manager still doesn't know what this person is known for, what problems they solve, and why they're valuable to them. So the brain does the easiest thing. It moves on. Because hiring managers don't hire buzzwords. They hire people who solve problems. Now watch what happens when we rewrite that sentence. Operations leader specializing in fixing broken workflows and improving efficiencies across multi-department teams. 10 plus years leading process improvement initiatives that reduce operational bottlenecks and improve delivery timelines. Now watch what happens when a hiring manager reads this. Within 2 seconds, they understand who the candidate is, what they're good at, and what problems they solve. Now the rest of the resume has context. This is the pattern strong summaries usually follow. 3 simple pieces. First, the role. What kind of professional are you? Here, it's operations leader. That tells the hiring manager the professional lane immediately. Second, problem solved. What problem do you fix? In this example, fixing broken workflows. Now the employer understands what type of challenges this person handles. Third, impact. What changes because of your work? Reducing operational bottlenecks, improving delivery timelines. Now the employer can see the results of the work. Role, problem, impact. Once those 3 things are lined up and are clear, the rest of the resume becomes much easier to understand. Now look at these side by side. On the left side, you have the typical summary. Most people write generic phrases, soft skills, buzzwords. And on the right, you have a summary that explains what the person does, what problems they solve, and the impact that they create. This version immediately helps a hiring manager understand why this person might be valuable to this organization. I remember reviewing a resume from someone with almost 20 years of experience. A great company that they worked for, strong career history, but halfway down the page, someone on the panel said something that stuck with me. He said, "Robbie, I still don't understand or know what this person actually does." Because the resume was all over the place, and that ended the conversation. Not because the candidate wasn't capable, it was just that he looked like a risk. When a hiring manager can't quickly understand what someone actually does, questions start showing up. Is this experience relevant? Would this person struggle in this role? Are we missing something? And when those questions appear during a quick resume scan, the safest decision is to usually move on to the next candidate. Resumes do fail because someone lacks experience, but they do fail also because their value isn't obvious in the resume. If a hiring manager has to figure out what you do, they usually won't. They'll move to the next resume. And take it from me, most people treat the professional resume like a mini biography. They try to summarize their whole career, but hiring managers use it for something much simpler. They're asking one question: should I keep reading this resume? If the summary answers that quickly, the rest of the resume gets attention. A strong summary usually does 3 things. First, it establishes your professional identity. Second, it explains the problems you solve. And third, it shows why someone should believe in you. A simple formula looks like this: your role plus the problem you solve plus the impact you create. Example, finance analysts focus on identifying cost inefficiencies and improving financial reporting accuracies across multi-department environments. Now the hiring manager understands the candidate immediately. But here's the important part. The summary introduces your professional identity. The rest of the resume has to prove it. If your summary says you're known for improving efficiency, your experience section should show exactly where you improved efficiency. If your summary says you specialize in fixing broken processes, your work history should show the problems you fixed. The summary introduces the story, the experience section provides the evidence. When those two things line up, the resume becomes much easier for the hiring managers to understand, and sometimes the difference between getting overlooked and getting the interview is just one clear explanation of your value at the top of the page. In the next video, I'll show you the first bullet under your experience section that often breaks that connection, because that's where a lot of resumes lose credibility, and I'll see you there right here.